Hello! Here's what's been happening in World Mobile in early April and in May. Forbes published a feature article by Lawrence Wintermeyer on World Mobile last April 1. This feature is the longest and most detailed so far by a major publication. It describes not just the physical mechanism of World Mobile, but also mentions the important role of World Mobile token in implementing the sharing economy. It also describes the 3 different types of nodes. This makes it one of the best articles to share around, especially to those learning about World Mobile for the first time. Check out the link to this article, which can be found in the description below. On the 20th of May, we saw World Mobile featured on newsbtc.com with the article, How Blockchain is Finally Getting Africa on the Grid. This article gives some highlights on the connectivity gap in the African continent. Only 48% of the African population has access to banking services in 2022, which means they are forced to turn to transactions that are not only inconvenient and wasteful, but often risky too. Digitizing payments would cut the number of unbanked goods by approximately 125 million, including 16 million in Nigeria. In Kenya, Tanzania, and Uganda, over 10% of adults still receive agricultural payments. World Mobile already has legal entities in Tanzania, Kenya, and Nigeria. In the world of sports, World Mobile streams a football game live via an air node last May 2. Their partner Fulham FC was playing against Coventry City. The air node in this video has a radius of 5 to 600 meters and has the capacity to connect up to 500 people. The next day, on May 3rd, Fulham FC wins the 2021-22 EFL Championship. This means that the team is promoted to the Premier League. This is the top level of the English professional league system. That means those World Mobile jerseys and perimeter ads are going to be exposed to a global audience of more than 3 billion. We can all look forward to that. Some exciting token events. On April 27, WMT was added to OccamX. Farming is available under the WMT-M-ADA pair. We saw APYs as high as 1,700% after the first day of listing. Currently, the APY stays above 1,000% with a TVL of about $26,000. On May 12, Blockchain for Good or B4G announced the launch of their collective, which is a collaboration among blockchain projects with social impact. Blockchain for Good is a collective of for-profit businesses that are using blockchain technology to combat some of the most pressing social, financial, and environmental challenges. The members of B4G are using blockchain tech to address at least one of the 17 UN Development Goals. The collective is technology agnostic and hopes to bring together projects from different smart contract protocols to help with exposure and facilitate collaboration. The launching members are Cardano Foundation, Empower, Immunify, Waya Collective, and of course, World Mobile. B4G and these members had their first AMA last May 27. You can check out the recording in the link below. If you're interested to know more, visit blockchainforgood.io. On April 26, dual farming incentives launched with SundaeSwap to earn additional WMT when yield farming WMT ADA. This follows a proposal which was submitted last March and was voted on by the community. 3 million World Mobile tokens will be allocated to this program. 16,400 plus WMTs will be emitted daily for 6 months and will be harvested monthly. Visit exchange.sundaeswap.finance to check out this farming opportunity. We also had a ton of official updates from the team over April and May. Starting off on April 8, we had a fully loaded Tech AMA with Antonio, hosted by Mr. T, where Antonio answered over 60 questions in 2 hours. In the AMA, it was confirmed that NFTs will be used to represent the right to operate an Earth node. The operator will have to send their 100,000 WMTs as a pledge, which will be locked. Antonio also talked about plans for an Earth node auction for the first time. This will include cancelled node reservations and is expected to fetch a minimum of 100,000 WMTs per Earth node. There were several other very interesting topics discussed, such as user count updates, plans around Cardano's Hydra solution, a WMT scan website, soft plans for a WMT wallet, and long-term expansion plans via franchise, among many others. You may check out the AMA video directly, or if you'd like to unpack and comb out all the new info, the Telegram and Discord channels are also great venues to do so. You can take advantage of community efforts such as this AMA summary by World Mobile Ambassador Rick Middleton. Links are again in the description below. On May 18, there was a Twitter Space AMA with Mickey Watkins, Alan Omnet, Antonio Hernandez, and it was hosted by 51. James Tagg, who was announced as Chief Architect in June, was also present. The most interesting part was the beginning of the AMA, where Mickey gave a bit of deployment update. He said that air nodes are being deployed regularly in Zanzibar, where there's been a healthy response to their marketing efforts on the ground to acquire new air node operators. He also mentioned that there's a film crew, which will later visually share the deployment efforts. So we're probably going to see some very nice footage of that soon. He also expounded a bit about the aerostats. As we know, World Mobile has two aerostat partners, Alta Aeros and Atlas LTA. So aerostats are important components of our network. Remember, World Mobile is a hybrid dynamic mobile network. This means that they use fiber on the ground and aerial assets such as tethered aerostats and stratospheric balloons. Aerostats can be fed with an unlimited amount of fiber, which means plenty of bandwidth. It's powered by solar or a regular power source, whichever is more economical, and comes with batteries as backup. They're flown about 300 meters into the air, which enables it to not only have wide coverage of about 60 to 70 kilometers in radius, but also be mobile and maneuverable to wherever the strongest signal is needed. World Mobile's backhaul will be both Wi-Fi and GSM 4G, 3G connectivity. The idea is direct user connection through 3G, 4G will cover low bandwidth consumption, such as for banking and other value-added services, and Wi-Fi will cover higher consumption usage, such as for streaming videos. Mickey mentioned that they've been designing a payload which covers IoT and AIS. For those who haven't heard of this term, it means Automatic Identification System, which is an automated autonomous tracking system. It's used extensively in the maritime world. It uses transceivers on ships and is used to assist in tracking and monitoring vessels for things like collision avoidance, sending distress signals, statistics collection, and many other purposes. These aerostats communicate with the air nodes on the ground as well. So not only is Tanzania's land covered, but also their waters. And in Mickey's words, this means not just building a smart village or a smart city, but 100 or 150 aerostats can definitely make a smart country. On May 17, this blog entry titled Strong Connections, Bridging the Generational Digital Gap was published on the World Mobile website. It features the experiences of Enrique Opi's mom. Enrique is of course Vice President of World Mobile's corporate office. You can find the link to this blog in the description below. On April 22, the team published Earth Node Update, Earth Node Mechanics, the highlight of which are the rules and mechanics of the Earth Node auction. If you're looking to bid, you must check out this blog to know about the when and how of the auction. The auction takes place in the vault. You can log in or create one at worldmobiletoken.com. On May 6, the Dev Diary goes live for the first time. Because this was the first edition, it started with an introduction of the 6 squads that make up the dev team. There's the web development team, the nodes team, the blockchain team, the native apps team, the systems engineering team, and the infosec team. For this edition, some of the things you might find particularly interesting are the development of a WMT scan website, a liquidity staking feature in the vault, an interactive air node map, a Hydra Head L2 solution, Vault as a service, and a multi-chain staking system. These are just some of the novel things that they're working on, and there's so much more going on the development side, so I highly recommend giving this a read yourself and all the Dev Diary blogs moving forward. We expect to see Dev Diary monthly. On May 20, we saw another first edition, this time for the Deployment Diary. We were also introduced to the team organization. There's the Market Access team, Partnerships, Collaborations, Vendors, and Supply Chain team, Regulations and Industry team, Country Rollout Team, and the Blue Economy Team. One of the most talked about is the list of territories where there are registered legal entities and/or licenses already acquired, which includes Tanzania, Kenya, Nigeria, UK, and Jersey. There's also a significant number of additional countries in the pipeline. The well-known names under the Rollout and Maintenance Partners list are noteworthy, and some people are paying particular attention to Starlink, Microsoft, and Google Project Tara. Let's all stay tuned to see what those partnerships have in store. Memberships in significant industry associations and attendance in some high-profile events are also listed in this entry. World Mobile joined the ITU, or the International Telecoms Union, as well as GSMA, which was previously announced. They were also present in Mobile World Conference in Barcelona and had the speaking opportunity in the ITU World Telecommunication Development Conference, or WTDC, in Kigali, Rwanda. More details from the Country Rollout and Blue Economy teams are also in the blog. Visit worldmobile.io/blog to stay on top of the latest deployment diary. We also saw a couple of videos about AirNodes with CTO Antonio Hernandez. He describes the purpose of the AirNode and its role in the network, and of course we get to see what an AirNode setup might look like. You can find the links to these videos in the description below. Here's something that's surely interesting for all of you World Mobile Titans. Part 1 of the ENO Rewards. This was published last May 27 in the worldmobiletoken.com blog. And although this says Earth Nodes, this actually covers rewards for any delegator of their doubly empty stake who will be rewarded through the Earth Node that they delegate their stake to. Now, before you dive into this, please remember that this is only the first part of rewards, which pertains to inflation rewards. We expect part 2 to come later, which will cover transaction rewards. Another thing to note is that this is only an illustration of what rewards might look like under 3 basic scenarios, each with their own individual set of assumptions. The exact rewards per node or per person is going to depend on several factors, including those listed in the blog itself. Lastly, the total rewards and annualized rates you see here are computed for Earth Node operators, but it's possible to derive the same figures for delegators. Again, I invite you to join the discussion on Telegram or Discord, especially if you have questions. Some people have made their own calculators and have shared it with the community, which you can tinker with as well. Or if you want me to go through this with you in my next video, let me know in the comments below. Here are some interesting community activities over April and May. There were a couple of giveaways on Twitter in May. On May 11, the World Mobile Token account had a Twitterversary giveaway of 20 hoodies. And on May 14, the World Mobile Team account gave away a Fulham FC season ticket. Don't want to miss these opportunities? Then give @WMToken and @WorldMobileTeam a follow on Twitter and turn your bell notifications on to make sure you always get your alerts. On May 16, Meet the Community interview series started with yours truly, BB, where community members answer some questions and the rest of us get to put the face behind some of the names. You can check that out on Twitter, and who knows, maybe the next person on the spot is you or someone you know. Over April and May, a couple of people shared a sneak peek of what it's like to connect to the World Mobile Network on the ground. On April 30, tech writer TK Principal tweets from Zanzibar over a World Mobile connection. And on May 2, on Telegram, community member Moi Emush shared this clip of him connecting to the network. Lastly, something for the ENOs. Eystein Hansen of the Ada North Pool and future Earth Node operator published 2 Medium articles that might be useful to other future ENOs out there. The first one is titled Proof of Stake, a small guide on securing login with Secure Shell. And the second one is about server hardening and optimization for the would-be node operator. These can give you some very useful tips around security, so check out the links to these articles in the description below. That's it for now, everybody. For more bite-sized and up-to-date news and info, follow any of my socials, or you can have a chat with us over at Necto Earth Node on Discord and Telegram. See you next time!